Hi, this is Mike Brightman with Brightman Designs, and today we're going to take a look at how you can expand your object library. So let's talk real briefly about the need for an object library. So check out this image. It's pretty lifeless without any people in there, right? So specifically today we're going to talk about grabbing 2D cutout people to expand our object library. So when I look at this image, pretty bland. There's no sense of scale or human scale or activity. But when I go to the next image, when there's people there, it really tells the story of what's supposed to happen in this space and strengthens the design when you see the human interaction there. Another example, Emerald Fields. This one's down south in Colorado Springs. And then when you add cars and people, really just kind of brings the image to life. Like with just architecture, it's pretty bland. But when you add a few people walking around and cars driving in and out, it just really fills in the image, so it's not this big blank parking lot. Breathes life into the image. One more here. This is a pretty busy street that we modeled out in California, and so you've got this really long empty sidewalk, and when you add people to it, really just fills it in and gives it that sense of life. So this is what we're getting at, is using these people or these 2D people, 3D people to fill in our image, fill in our renderings, and really paint the picture and sell that design. So now the tricky thing is, though, that with these object libraries, I mean, there's a lot of resources out there, but they can't address every situation every single time. And it's so, you really just need to know how to collect your own images and create your own people. So, for instance, like if you're doing a beach rendering, you really don't want to put business guys in suits hanging out at the beach. So sometimes it's hard to track down all of the, enough people to put on the beach and not have repeating faces or repeating people. So that's why it's important to have some of these resources. So let's take a look at some of those resources, though. So if we go over here, in SketchUp, you've got the 3D warehouse. That's a great spot to grab objects. There's certainly people on there too. And then Form Fonts. This is a great paid-for resource. This is some of their top downloads. Just a ton of professionally built 3D models, whether they're 3D people, 2D people. Just well worth it to have a subscription to Form Fonts. They bail us out all the time. And then some other free resources that I tracked down. This one is called Scalgubber. And so on the blog post, there'll be plenty of links. And so this gentleman has taken pictures of his friends and cut them out and put high-res PNGs and shared them for everyone to use. So pretty generous of him. And they're free, but you can also buy the entire collection in one download for like $50. And that seems like it's well worth it, to just pay the money and get them all, and then you've got them so you don't have to download them one by one. But let's see. Then we've also got Viz People. This is the free stuff section. So not only do you have like some free people, you got pets and animals and some free cutout people here, free cutout kids, but there's some other free stuff too. So towards the end of this one, I'll also show you how to add some music. So while I was here, I grabbed their free music as well. So we can throw that into our Lumion movies. So pretty slick. And then one other pretty solid free resource was this immediateentourage.com. And so they've got a bunch of free people in there too, quite a bit. So between these resources, it's pretty easy to track down the entourage that you need and build your collection. So the tricky thing, though, is actually doing it. You have to import these images into SketchUp, stand them up, scale them, and do all that stuff, and save them to your library. And then you also need to save them into Lumion. So those are the next two videos that we're going to work on, are going to be building these people in SketchUp and then using them in Lumion as well. So let's just go and locate an image to download to get things started. And let's see, on page 2, I think I found somebody who's kind of at a beach situation. Like this lady here, we'll go to her image, and then we're just going to save this image into my resources, components, people folder. So let's check that out here in just a moment. All right, so I'll click to download. So it launches a page where I can just right click and choose Save Image As. And then I'm going to go to my resources, and we'll go to I'm going to save these in my components. That's really what we're getting at here. And then I have people, and then I've got this 2D photo reel. I'll drop them in there too. So 2D photo reel, I'm going to call this, we'll just call this girl 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. 02. And we'll save that. So it's a PNG image, and a PNG image actually has like all of the background is all cut out. So that's handy. That's ideal so that you don't have the white JPEG background kind of showing up and blocking out. It's essential to have a PNG. So that's the image we downloaded, totally free. We're good to go there. And I can close this one. And let's see. So the next thing we're going to do is move into SketchUp and use that image and build a Face Me component. So definitely check out that next tutorial. And if SketchUp is not your modeler of choice, you can still use these images. You can use them in Photoshop. That's pretty handy. Or you can, a lot of 3D modeling programs do similar things. But if you want to skip over the SketchUp portion of it, you could always jump right into Lumion and get a few tips on how to import these people into Lumion and use them there. So check out that next SketchUp video, and we'll see you there.